take you now to Nuala McGovern, who is in The Hague for us. Nuala.
I was just listening to you and Ben there, Lucy. I don't do predictions either, I have to say. But it is very much the talk of this town as well. The EU referendum in Britain, whether to leave or remain. I'm here in The Hague in the Netherlands. It was actually one of the first 6 members to join together to create what's now become the largest trading bloc in the world of 500 million people. We're getting a range of voices today on various people and how they feel. So I want to introduce you to 2 more. I have Claire McNichols with me here, who is a British student at Leiden University, and also Meryl Stoop, who is the leader of the Young Socialist Party. Tell me a little bit, Claire, what it's like to be here when this referendum is going to take place in your home country.
I think it's going to be quite stressful because it's going to be a little bit delayed for us to receive the results. But most British people are sending off their postal votes and their proxies, and we're all ready to vote. But it's going to be a really tense day on the 23rd, so we're all really worried, I think.
Meryl, you're obviously looking at it as well. What are you thinking about it?
Well, I'm very curious to find out what the people will vote and what they will say, so I will wait and see.
But you don't seem too concerned.
Well, I don't know. There are positives about staying in the EU, maybe also negatives, but my point is we have to reform the EU. We have to make changes. We have to make it more democratic. We have to make sure that people can vote about things. So get rid of the European Commission. We have to get rid of the neoliberalism in the EU, where big companies benefit and not the normal people. So I think we should reform the EU.
And the Socialists, which our viewers may or may not know, are mainly Eurosceptic here in the Netherlands. So Meryl's talking about there that she's curious about this future, possible future where Britain is not in the European Union. How do you feel about it?
I'm very scared of Britain not being in the European Union. It's going to put a big problem to our economy. It's going to really drain it. I mean, the pound's the lowest it's ever been since 2009, since we launched the Brexit campaign. It also puts our social security at risk. If the Conservatives are going to do what they say they're going to do, which is reform the Bill of Human Rights, we don't know what British citizens are going to lose. Are we going to lose equal pay? Are we going to lose rights for the disabled and things like that? And it's actually a really big risk for us.
A referendum, I've heard about it here, Meryl, since I've been here, that some Dutch people would also like a referendum on whether their membership should continue in the EU. Is that something that you're considering?
Well, I think we first have to wait what happens in the UK, and then we have to decide if the people here would like a referendum too. So I don't know, but in principle, why not?
Also, you know, the Netherlands, I was hearing earlier from an economist, they made a figure of 10 billion euros could be lost if Britain leaves the European Union. That the Netherlands would be the hardest hit, that they have these huge trade deals between them. Does that not concern you?
It concerns me, but still we really don't know what will happen, so we have to wait. But I do understand the concerns.
How do you feel, Claire? British or European?
I probably identify more as a European than a Brit. I've lived abroad for a year and a half now because I spent months in France. I definitely think that we should identify more as Europeans and work together than keep these individualisms that don't necessarily benefit everyone involved.
And just briefly, before I let both of you go, how intently are Dutch youth watching this referendum in Britain?
I think they are watching. A lot of Dutch people are worried as well about the European Union, and they would like to see what happens. And I think a lot of people agree that there has to be a change in the European Union.
Well, that is true, which Meryl is saying there. An awful lot of people I've spoken to, even people that are very much for the future of the European Union to remain as it is and perhaps even expand, do feel that reform is needed. But I want to thank both my guests, and we'll have more voices coming to you on BBC World News.